that stuff, get those notifications trickling out through the internets. So you got my couple pairs of shoes. This was a very light month. November was a very light month for me.
It was heavy. I'm gonna say this: it was heavy, and I'll say a live for the live, but it was heavy and light at the same time.
Yeah, I think for me November was kind of in between because October was so light for me. Because I missed out on so many drops. Um, it was ridiculous from the veneers. Like I missed out on all the SBs.
A lot of people did. Don't take it personally.
They dropped it like they dropped the SBs at a weird time, and like every single time I was at work doing something, and then when I finally remember, it's like 10 minutes or 15 minutes after the drop, or a complete hour, or a whole nother day before I'm like, wait a minute, I missed something. Then they did like a bunch of back-to-back drops with the Mocha ones and the what the fives. I'm still mad about that.
Every shoe I got, other than probably toward the end of the month, was either a shoe I wanted, but it was not in my size, so I had to.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes, I got the veneers. Sucks. The veneers I got in the size 8, and the mochas I got in the size 7. So I had to work my little magic and
trade up.
Yeah, off those off so I could be able to get my pairs for those.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got pairs that you can work with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a plus.
Yeah, I wanted those mochas. I didn't get them. They did a raffle. What? Last week, like Monday or Tuesday at City Gear or Champ, like one of the City Gear, because they finally got their pairs in. Didn't hit on that either.
It was an in-store raffle.
Oh no, it was an online raffle. No, DTLR. I'm sorry, that's what.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. I know City Gear usually when they do that, they just put them out there.
Yeah, and didn't hit on that, but I'm not gonna pay $325 for a size. So that's good.
All right.
I got the game behind me, so we can.
You good.
Go back and forth.
Yeah,
and see what's going on.
You're just talking about that a minute ago, but catch a little clip here and there. But yeah. So for me, I didn't really notice that I didn't get much until I guess yesterday. When then I thought back, I'm like, well, I did kind of not do anything for a good half of the month, so that's a part of it. But yeah. So we'll go ahead. We'll jump on into going through this list and everything. So it's broken down in some kind of groups. I don't know. Whatever made sense in the moment. So we'll see if it actually makes sense now. But starting off, we got a couple Air Maxes. I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 ones that came out this month or last month. So first up, well, at least first on the list anyway, was those lemonades and magma oranges. You guys go for any of those?
I went for the magma oranges. I think I wasn't too fond of the lemonade Air Max one, but the other versions I definitely was a fan of. But the magma oranges, they just been playing so many games with that shoe. I think how many times it got pushed back? Like 3 or 4.
Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be like a simultaneous release with the green pair, but
right.
Now for me, I didn't even know the magma oranges dropped or existed for that matter. But I mean, I like those magma oranges. Those lemonades though, I don't like those at all. Apparently though, it is a retro of course, the lemonade pack that dropped years ago. I think like 10 years ago. and it's really big over in Europe. So apparently the hype for that shoe is over in Europe. Because when I saw all 3 colorways, I think it's 2 or 3 colorways.
Yeah,
when I
strawberry lemonade.
Right. When I saw those colorways, I was like, these are some ugly, pointless Air Maxes. And I just didn't understand what they were doing, but I forgot where I picked up that information that it was like hype in Europe. But I mean, now that I've heard that, I get it, but I still don't like the shoe. There's no hype for that shoe for me.
Yeah, like the lemonades, like when we went to, because my family was up here for Thanksgiving, we went to their friend's house, and the guy that, he used to work with my dad a long time ago or whatever, he's like, hey man, because he knows that I buy shoes, like, hey, check it out. And he showed me like on the sneakers app where he had got through for those lemonades, like, man, I really wanted these. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know you cared about any of that stuff. Because like him and his son are kind of like me and my dad. Like, I'll buy him some shoes every so often. He buys his dad some shoes every so often. But I didn't know he actually like followed anything on his own. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was crazy. But yeah, I didn't see a lot of chatter about him, but I did see later some people did get through and were pretty happy with them. And then there was this green pair that I'm not sure if it actually came out. I just go by what I see on the websites. Did these green ones actually come out?
I haven't seen nobody post any photos. But I know when I first seen it, the thing that kind of threw me off was like the leather rand that's going around it. That kind of threw me off a bit. Yeah. But I love anytime they implement the mini swoosh on like Air Maxes or SBs or Jordan 1s. Like, I love the mini swoosh on there.
See, the mini swoosh is so weird to me. So I have the opposite feeling.
Yeah. It's just something that like it's randomly placed, but it's randomly placed in a unique and good way. Yeah. And it's not necessarily something that like you'll notice all the time because it's not that big of a difference. But it's just like it doesn't hurt the shoe.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt it and it doesn't help it, but it just gives it that little bit of difference to where you can say, okay, the Air Maxes are not completely repetitive. But yeah, this is a nice shoe. I thought we talked about this one like months ago on like an up and coming release, but I don't ever remember these dropping. I don't.
And that's the thing, because I know there's another picture in here somewhere that of something that got delayed, but with the way things have been going lately, it's kind of hard to keep up.
Everything delayed.
What about these 90s?
Not really a fan of them.
Those gray ones,
the Moscow on top and the oatmeal chutney on the bottom.
Those Moscows, those are nice. They're nice. But I really love those chutneys. Whenever they come out, if they haven't already come out, those are going to be ones that I definitely chase after. Because I can guarantee you the materials on there are going to be quality materials. They are definitely going to be.
I don't doubt that at all. Yeah. I mean, it looks nice. Like the color layout is good. What do you think?
Yeah. Anytime you put a harvest color on any shoe, a dope shoe, especially in the dope color, a dope placement of the colorway.
Yeah.
You pretty much got that's a good look right there.
Right placement of the dark browns to the mid brown to the light browns, and then they got that man, it looks like almost a cotton tan toe cap. So I mean, like that's crazy. That's a must. Yeah.
Yeah. So those definitely good. And then they in a similar colorway is these 95s. I'm not a big 95s guy, but between the two, I'd go with the 90 though.
Yeah.
I love the 95, but not too fond of this one right here. Especially like how I think it's the midsole that's probably throwing me off more.
I'm gonna straight up tell you that's a no sir. That's a no sir.
With the way they did the 90s, since it has that different color on like the little shark fin,
Right.
it kind of helps. You know what I mean? I mean, this has the browned out bubble on the back, but it's such a chunky white midsole that and it looks like it's white. The other one, I mean, maybe they're both white, but that one looks like white.
The other one looks like an off-white compared to that tan that breaks all that white up.
Yeah.
But, like what also kills that 95 is the fact that 90 is sitting right above it, looking a lot better.
Right.
What's going on, OG Kicks? Kim, appreciate you guys stopping by.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
And looks like I got a small picture apparently for these 97s, but so the
infrared, that was the radiant red pack.
Radiant red, yeah. I was trying to think of the other name. What'd you guys think of these two? I mean, well, yeah, what'd you guys think of these two?
Miami 97s. They remind me of Miami. They look good. They look like a decent shoe.
Yeah.
I don't go crazy over 97s. Although I do like 97s better than I like 95s. And I'm starting to really like 90s more than all the rest. Now the 90s, they're a decent shoe. They're better than decent. They're a really good shoe. I just didn't go for that shoe because I feel like it's so many pairs that I might be able to get it at like a slightly cheaper price. But yeah, that's definitely a good shoe to have. That colorway.
Oh yeah, I've seen the 97 because I was at the mall yesterday when I was picking up those 9s, and I've seen the 97, and it's pretty nice in person. I wouldn't mind that 90. It's just whenever it actually released was at a time when I was looking at other stuff.
Right.
So but I was also thinking in the back of my head that maybe like the laser blue that came out recently or those barrage of 90s from over the past 8 or 9 months, maybe they'd be easier to get later.
Right.
So, I mean, we won't know until later, obviously, but
right.
Even like the orange pair, because like that orange pair was something that was selling out like crazy, but now it's kind of available.
Right.
So
it's like a lot of the 90s starting this year released with that black and red color scheme. So I mean, I think it's like it kind of created a mindset for me that if I want a black and red with gray in it, Air Max 90, that it'll be available at some point in time in some variation of, the layout. So a good shoe still, but yeah, I guess I'm hoping to get it at a discount later.
And also the other thing about these is that they have the air bubble in the front of the shoe as well.
Right.
So I'm curious to see them for that reason too. But the laser blue also has that extra air bubble. But the other recrafted ones don't. So that's one difference between these.
Yeah, that's to justify that price increase on them.
Okay.
And so then got a few dunks lined up. I know I didn't get through on any of the, and honestly, like dunks is one of those things that I never remember, much like HomeGrown was talking about. I'll remember about a dunk release at like 3 p.m. And at that point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what happened to me with both of these. The Tadurkin, a ugly shoe, a ugly SB. But for me, it was an SB that I really wanted because it's different. It was so ugly and so different in the right way, I guess. I don't know how you make it the right way of being ugly and different, but nonetheless, it was ugly and different for me in the right way to where I wanted to go for these. Keyword wanted to go for them, but I just forgot about them and just completely kicked myself in the butt for it. The one I forgot what the name of. Forgot the name of the ones at the bottom, but I wanted those
ceramics. The ceramic.
Okay, the ceramics. Yeah, I wanted those too. Again, was at work, looked at my sneakers app at 10:15, and the crazy thing is at 9:45, I kept saying to myself, don't forget to look for them. Don't forget to look for them because you missed the veneers, the Tedurkins, and sure enough, 10-15. Looked at the ceramics, and at by that time, you definitely know it's too late.
Oh yeah, there are a few releases that are limited that you can jump in and like a few minutes late and still be okay sometimes.
Right.
And I got my Concourse like 15 minutes after those went on sale, but it's different. I mean, some things there's just that many of them. Sometimes there's just glitches that work in your favor.
Right.
But and then there was the elephants and the I can't remember the name of that bottom pair.
Veneers.
Yeah.
The veneers, yeah.
Let me speak on the Atmos wannabe dunk. I heard so many complaints about this shoe. People saying that they got panels on there that the elephant print didn't even stick on it
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, and like some didn't even have the elephant print on it.
Really?
So from pair to pair, some pairs look like they were worn in. I wouldn't be surprised if skate shops are skating in them and then putting them back in the box. I mean, that's kind of risk you're taking. Like I seriously think a lot of them do that.
Those pairs, I didn't go for them.
But yeah, like I've heard horror stories on this shoe right here.
Yeah, I've only seen one review, and that was from Anthony Levine, because he gets through on a lot of dunks, but he also lives like 2 blocks from his skate shop, so he's always down there. They know him, you know. So I guess they might give him little tips like, "Hey, man, like we're getting in some shoes tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but come on by." So either way, he's usually able to come up with a lot of wins on these.
Right.
And his pair was fine, but again,
if you follow Shanghai Souls, he usually gets on a lot of big releases because he's over in Korea. But just the flaws for this particular shoe right here just made me like I like him, but I'd rather go back after the Air Max opposed to this. But the veneers, veneers, that shoe is butter in hand.
Yeah, if I had the choice, like I was about to put in here, I'd go with the Air Max.
But the veneers, I call them, they look like Donatello from Ninja Turtles.
They do. Like now I can't unsee that.
Right.
Like if they just come out with a whole pack like that, I'd be good.
That would be dope. That honestly would be dope. A Ninja Turtle SD pack. Yeah.
I had made a bunch of Ninja Turtles themed shoes on Nike ID at the time years ago. It's like Prestos and Air Maxes and stuff. I was like, man, I should buy all 4 of these.
Man,
I don't buy enough Nike Bayous. Next up, let me make this a little smaller. There was a few Ultra Boost color pack that came out. It was all the same day. They just went all out on these things.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Like
wow.
It looks like somebody just like threw up on the color machine and
this looks like somebody's last day of work.
Absolutely.
Because
you know what? I'm out.
Because they do, like the Ultra Boosts are pretty good about doing some packs. Like the Game of Thrones worked out pretty well. What else? There was something they did recently. I can't think of what that. Oh, the college teams. They did that one. They did the soccer teams as well. All of those were solid. It was like they wanted to make them as colorful as possible.
Somebody did that.
Now I'm cool with the bottom pair on this page, like of these 3.
Yeah, that bottom pair is.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are the least worst.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we've seen Kobe's in that same color scheme, so I'm like, for me to say I don't like it would be hypocritical.
Yeah, so it's just like as an Ultra Boost guy, I want to like these more than I do.
They're burning my eyes.
But good on them for putting something different out there, I suppose. But this is why I'm always telling people to wait on Ultra Boost, because stuff like this happens and then they become super cheap later.
Right.
The Ultra Boost Killer Clown collection.
And then they also made this mahjong pair, which I don't know who's playing mahjong like that.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
No.
I don't know what was going on over there.
Yeah, that's like a bad idea going completely wrong.
I mean, it's like it's cool that you're gonna find something and commemorate. Maybe it was like the anniversary, like 100th or 50th. I don't know, however old mahjong is.
Right.
But oh man,
and then to just condense it onto the sole of the shoe was like the worst part.
I do like that they did something different with the sole over. I like that they're tinking around down there, because usually their soles are very much plain.
Right.
Every now and then you'll see like a gradient, or I do have that pair of the marble splatter ones. But usually it's just, it might be a cool color, but it's like a solid color.
Right.
I mean, maybe it would have looked better on the upper.
Yeah, I would
on the black sole and maybe like the gold colored cage or gold colored heel cup like it is there, but to just condense, to make like the entire upper plain black, then throw that splash of gold, which it would, that splash of gold would look nice without all of that mahjong on the midsole.
Yeah.
Then I mean, then it would be okay. But I mean, to just condense all of that on the midsole like that, and then you know it's not gonna last if you wear it. Cause
and I'm honestly trying to give it a chance. I'm like, if I see it in hand, maybe my opinion would change. But
like, I mean, it could be well done, but it's still like the visual is what matters the most.
Yeah.
It's like when I talk about like the quality of like those nines I was talking about the other day, like the quality is not great, but the shoe looks good.
Right.
So I don't know. The Peace -1s, I didn't realize.
I wanted those so bad.
They kind of, I don't know how you get to this, if it just rubs away over time.
It rubs away over time.
Okay.
I wanted these so bad. These were like the second release that he did. But again, I think I was either late or no, I just didn't hit on it.
I think they had a stash in your city. I think they had a sneaker stash in your city with them.
Man, the sneakers app is so iffy. They had a stash for the Fire Red 4s that didn't show up on my phone until 30 minutes after the stash.
Reservation full.
Right, and apparently it was showing up at the correct time on iPhones and not for Androids, and I use my Android more than I use my iPhone, so didn't see it.
That that sneakers app, I know it's for Android as well, but it is a bit glitchy. It does not like to refresh on its own. You practically have to
right. You got to go in and pull the screen down 5 or 6 times and basically force it to do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah. Because I've logged into there like multiple times and looked at it like, man, I feel like there should be some new stuff by now.
Right.
And then next thing you know, it's like it does refresh. I'm like, wait, this thing was like 2 weeks old?
Right.
Then it still says available when it completely sold out.
Right.
You see that 190 or 200 and you be like, oh, got a chance.
These I do not like. No, I do not like these.
I feel like they went a bit overboard with these.
Yeah, this, like that, whatever's going on the back end of there just overrides anything that's going on with the rest of the shoe. I mean, they could make these in all my favorite colors, but no.
I mean, I think Bullet RC did a review on them, and the heel doesn't look as long in hand as it does in the photos. They all right. Like they're different. They're like different to the point where I'd give them a look over. I'd give them an opportunity before I just completely, X them out. I like the white pair more than I like the black pair. But yeah, I mean, they're not completely bad.
What the sneakers? What's going on, man?
What's going on, y'all?
What's going on
with sneakers?
Chilling, man.
You got any thoughts on these Sakai's?
I don't like none of the Sakai's, honestly.
Okay, I don't. It's
They
I'm buying these, but it's not us then.
Yeah, but I do want to go back to a shoe y'all did show, and that was those SBs. Which one of them was?
Which one? What color was it?
It was that one right there. I took an L on it just because I didn't know that I actually got selected that I won. Like I had did a rapper on Sneaker Politics, and they send like emails like randomly or whatever, like at certain times or whatever.
Yeah, like around 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
When they sent it, like it was like I was at work, so I can't where I work at, I can't be on my phone at all. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I found out I won, it was like way past gone. So like I took an L on them without even knowing. And I actually wanted them joints.
So wait, which one? Like which one? The orange one or the
the pumpkin spice ones, looking ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was mad about that one. I was like, dang, I did not know I even had one.
Man, yeah, I think that's how some people got their Yeezys this weekend, because nobody could sign in to confirm things.
Yeah, but I agree with what the sneakers. I don't like how Politics does. Like at their selection, they usually do it the day of, and I don't like that because like
do it the day of. Yeah,
let me know the day before because it don't take that long.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what this was, but
I don't know
something Reebok threw together.
It looks like an ATV for your
The Experiment 4. Yeah, I only put this in here just to make sure you guys have seen it.
Now we can't unsee it.
Yeah. You'll be able to reach the top shelf and sprain your ankle at the same time.
It looks like on the bottom, like it's built for wherever you need to go. It will be there.
Right.
But it looks like it might also turn into something. You know? like maybe into a rocket boot or something. But it just looks bad though. Whatever they were, I don't know what they were going for here, but
is those like the Cardi B joints?
No, it's
no.
This was Pyre Moth. But yeah, they put this out there, and I'm sure somebody bought it. It's one of those.
That's
shoes.
like an attempt at that high fashion stuff. So
it's a swing and a miss in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's the Hummer sneakers. Man, y'all crazy.
Yeah. There was what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of the Human Racers.
All sitting.
So
once they haven't came out, but I know the white ones and the yellow ones are sitting at my city gear.
Yeah, no.
Oh, well, I need a yellow pair. I ain't seen them sitting.
Chris said it looks like a Lego man shoe. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the black ones I actually like.
But I wanted a pair of yellow ones. The black ones, I like them. Missed out on all of them.
I can check and see if they got them at my store if you want them.
Because I would have assumed that the black pair would sell pretty well just because it's plain enough.
Right.
And maybe if this was closer to Easter, maybe some of these other ones might move a little all right.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. It gives me like an Easter pack vibe.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, some of these, it's just a little too much of the one color.
Right.
I mean, like this yellow and black pair, like if they had done something with like the cage or maybe those side blocks or the laces, something.
That's very true.
I mean, but was this a solo release for strictly just the for the model, or was Pharrell attached to this one?
Yeah, he was attached to it.
Yeah, he's attached to it.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense why they released 7 of them because he's known for that.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to argue that. He's all about putting out a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Then we have like 50 what it was, superstars come out, different colors.
And Kim said they always look like a Payless sneaker trying to be cool. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm not even a huge fan of the NMD as it is. And then you take this, throw that out there. It's like, man, I mean, I like some of them a couple months ago.
I heard those shoe races are a lot more comfortable than the 350s. I know Ron G told me that. I haven't tried it on yet, but
I'm about to disagree with that one.
And see, that's what I want to find out. And
I
I
will say
figured like him releasing so many of them would have been a really good opportunity for me to grab a pair and find out. But again, like nobody have them here.
So I have a pair of the NMD XR1s, which are the same style as these,
Right.
silhouette wise, and those are the most comfortable NMDs that I have. Period. But the standard NMD, like the R1s or whatever that you always see, those I'm not so big on.
Yeah, that stabilizer for some reason stiffens the shoe out for some reason. Like it doesn't make it as bouncy like an Ultra Boost or
No, it doesn't. It's just, and there's no insole in there, which might be part of it, but because that just feels weird to me to just walk straight on the Boost. But,
right. And a lot of people say do that, like just walk on the Boost, and I'm like, I don't want to take my insole out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, especially with like Yeezys, when people say like, you spend $220 on a shoe, like I'm wearing the whole shoe.
Right. I'm getting all the technology.
Yeah.
That I paid $220 for.
Facts.
Let's see. Pharrell is still contracted by McDonald's.
Then he needs to have the collaboration over with Travis Scott. Damn.
Man. And then there was these BBC questions. I don't know where all these came out, but they did 2 of those for whatever reason.
These missed they missed their era.
It's the purple ones and that red one. I know that red one was overseas though.
Okay.
I actually like it though. They different. You know what I'm saying? I could rock it. I like that red one, and I'll probably take that green one over that purple.
Okay, yeah, I only have these 2 on here, but yeah, I mean, it's what's it for though? Do you know anything about the brand that they worked with?
That's Pharrell Williams. That's another one of Pharrell's.
Yeah.
Him and the Asian guy from Star Trek. That's their clothing line collab kind of thing. So that's another Pharrell joint.
Ah, okay. It kind of explains like the bright colors and stuff, I guess, because he's all about that.
But this ain't the first time they did a question though. So
right.
But I do believe like they missed their era because I'm like, we would have released this 2011, 2012, even 2012. These would have got ate up.
Right.
Wait, wasn't it somebody that actually did have some shoes with McDonald's? Was it Harden?
Was it Harden?
Somebody, because it's like an Adidas thing, I think.
I don't know. I know they've done like Pizza Hut shoes. They've done another shoe where you can order some pizza or something like that. But I don't remember.
It might have was Damian Lillard.
You got to order some pizza to win some shoes.
No, like you could order some pizza through your shoes.
What?
Yeah.
That's too much right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Harden. I'll bring those up in a minute or something.
Okay.
It's like you click the tongue of the shoe and it orders your pizza. Like I don't know why the tongue, but yeah.
But I think it was the Dame Sixes that most people remember.
I had to for some pizza now.
All right. But anyway, so there was also a normal pair of questions that came around. So
I think they oversported them.
It's like the Gridiron Georgetown.
Yeah.
They were calling them the Cowboys, and I was like, if y'all would have named it something else, I would have went for them. But
I know what I thought. Hey, that's what I thought it was at first. I thought they were doing the Cowboys. I'm glad they ate though. Like,
yeah, because I was like, you went to Georgetown.
Same colors. It's not terrible, but
right.
I'd rather have the other Georgetowns that came out was it last year? I think it was last year.
Yeah.
But they never went on sale. So and then some Yeezys, these came out overseas, was an Asia exclusive, which I
It's some more tan Yeezys. I'm not hurt. This is like the 15th reiteration of the color tan for Kanye and Adidas, and this. Okay, yes, we get it. You like tan and brown, and here it is again.
Hobo colors.
Right.
Yeah, basically, because they have that dirty enough vibe, you know.
It's just a quarter of a turn of the knob, lighter than the last or darker than the last. So
yeah, it's like it's a little some leftover materials, and you just kind of stitch them together. It's like that Adidas Ultra Boost pack we saw a little while ago. They just take a bunch of leftover colors, just see what they can do. And these,
no,
I didn't like these.
No, yeah, no. Another dookie color from Kanye, brown. Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of the 380s in general. I don't like them.
But if y'all noticing, it's not a lot of guys buying these 380s or anything.
Right.
It's a lot of women that's buying this shoe.
They look real good on small feet.
Yeah, smaller feet.
We're not lying to you. Like
I also don't see a lot of people buying them because they're sold on them. Like I bought a pair to see what it was all about. But I'm not gonna. If you saw that review, you saw that I was very much underwhelmed and almost angry about them. But but looking at these, it's like they keep putting them out there, and I hear a lot of people say they're more comfortable than the 350s. Sure, maybe, but
well, they should be with that thick heel.
I mean, it looked like an EQT hit a sole on there,
but it's still it doesn't look better.
No, it definitely doesn't look better. But
so I'll take something that's still super comfortable over something that's more so but looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think I liked maybe 2 colorways of this one, but it was only a slight like for it because I was trying to give it a opportunity or a try, so to speak. But after those 2, it's just been a whatever. I've easily been able to look at the pictures and flip to the next.
These I'm saying they need more down to earth choices because these are just a little out there, and these I needed to take out, but because those were supposed to come out, but they didn't. These 700 V3s, V3s. I don't know what's going on with that. It just looks weird. Like it's got this yellow on the inside, and
remember,
I don't like that. I don't like that. The color of the sole with the upper. I don't know. Maybe it could be a little bit more than that, but it's just something about all of that doesn't fit together well for me.
Oh yeah, it's top to bottom. It's just not okay.
Who remember the Adidas Kobe 2?
I don't.
It looks like it wants to be that.
Let's see.
I would take those Yeezys over those Kobe's any day.
Oh man. Over the toaster Kobe?
I couldn't do
it. And also like these.
I don't think Kobe wanted to do it.
I didn't see anything about these until I was going through and getting this list together. These Air Zoom BB NXTs. It's
what is that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
That is hilarious. That is man. I feel like that shoe could be so much better. But that colorway is incredible. Like, man, that does so many of the wrong things for that silhouette.
Yeah, it's like I don't like the way the upper part is, like where like how it swoops to the back, where your ankle would be or whatever.
Right.
I get that makes it easier to slip your foot in there. That's what I've been told or whatever, but for that and just other models, but I just don't like the way it looks. 'Cause wasn't it like KD's recent shoes or something had that kind of style on them, I think. But
I think it was the tree, or what it was, KD tree or something like that.
It just looks like a witch's boot or something, like something she might wear.
Well, that shoe, like a small Nike swoosh at the front, like on the Air Maxes, would do good on that one. Instead of like that huge funny shape swoosh, but
Yeah, it's
That shoe needs a disclaimer.
it's probably comfortable. It seems like it has comfort to it because it looks like it can react on parts of it, and then if it has the Zoom Air in there, that's so it'd be like what was that? The Pegasus 35 Turbos had two layers of soles because it had the React and the Zoom, but
right,
those were also like fine tuned to be like one of the better running shoes. This is just thrown out there just to be a shoe, basically, and it's not great. Right. And the Daybreaks. Kim, I think, mentioned the Daybreaks earlier. What do you guys think of these models, like the Daybreaks?
I actually like the Daybreak. Not like it's a hard shoe to mess up, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's just one of those shoes that's just gonna get lost in the obscurity of all the releases for people.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the Aniki runners and some things like that, and like the simplicity and what it looks like for the materials. The only thing that throws me off is just the outsole there, like how it comes up real far on the toe. I don't like that.
Like I don't have a problem with the Daybreaks. They run whatever they are, but I actually saw a pair that I wanted to get. But for yeah, you would always see your grandpa in those. But I think for like the price, I don't like them. I'd have to get these at like $50 before I actually.
Wait, what's the price of a Daybreak?
I think like $90.
120. I thought it was 120 or something like that.
Like 90 to 110, something like that. I don't know.
Jeez. I thought they were like low, like Cortez prices or something.
Right, but I honestly have to get these for $50 before I'd have to see them for $50 before I say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy me a pair of these Daybreaks. I mean, this shoe right here is for a niche of people that just like love running and are into like the old school runner shoes, because that's what this is. It's like like the beginning of the running shoe phase. So if you're a shoe collector and you just are hype about the old school running shoes, then yeah, this is, you'll definitely love this and go for this. But I just don't think the market is big enough for these to be extremely successful. And like Jezzy said, these are just fall into the background of like your regular everyday sneakerhead.
Well, yeah, you got to have those back to school specials. You got to think about the future, and this is where those come in.
Little Timmy always needs a good pair of shoes,
or a cheap pair.
Right.
But yeah, what about you? What the sneakers you have? What do you think of the Daybreaks?
I don't like them. They just the same way I don't like the Sakai joints. Like
yeah, because they are got some similarities to them.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan.
This is an HTS.
These remind me of Forrest Gump.
Like hospital nurse shoes. Yeah, like it's it looks like, again, if they would change that outsole, I'd consider a pair just to see what they're all about, and if I could get them for the right price. These Prestos were kind of interesting to me. Like, I didn't realize it at the time. I thought they were just a bunch of random squiggles and stuff, but it's like the blueprints of the original Presto design.
Yeah.
So, it kind of makes it a little interesting. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes knowing that backstory gives you a reason to get into something. That, and I like Prestos.
Right. I'm a huge Presto fan. I liked them. I thought about trying to get them, and then I thought twice because I think something else that was coming out that I liked more.
Yeah.
But if these ever go on sale, I'll definitely pick up a pair. They're not a bad shoe at all. I think these came out around the time that the Navies came out as well. So I think I can't remember. I think I like these more than I like the navies, but I liked the navies because of the darker color. But yeah, it's a nice shoe. It's not bad. 20th anniversary of the Presto. So there you go.
Yeah, they brought out a pretty decent
showing some love.
Considering previous years. They didn't give the Prestos the same treatment like they gave the 90s or the 5s, I don't think. But they at least gave them something, you know?
And that's what I appreciate. They're not pouring out the Prestos.
They did at one time.
Yeah,
everybody got a collection on the Prestos. Akron,
yeah.
And who else? I forgot Akron. I know a few other people had a collaboration with them.
Right. But see, like with the original, just like the original silhouette, they haven't poured those out. Because I know they did like, what was it, last year, the year before last, where they had the Presto React.
Yeah.
You didn't get like a dump truck load of colorways. Mm-hmm. And then even with the collabs, you didn't get a dump truck full of colorways. So you kind of get like, compared to the other different silhouettes and things like that, you get kind of a splash here, a splash there, and then they take breaks before they come back. But Tinker Hatfield's brothers designed the shoe. He did a good job, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make something and then 20 years later people are still into it.
Yeah.
And that's without any, like, obviously like the Jordans are different because there's a legacy and all that behind those, but something like this, something like, you know, Air Max, whatever, it's just out there.
Right.
Just take to it. So yeah, I'm on board with the Prestos, even the React Flyknits, whatever. I got some Presto Ultra Flyknits. Yeah, I'm all about those. These, I know these didn't quite come out everywhere, but they didn't come out. What'd you guys think?
It was clean. It's a clean colorway. For me personally, it's not a needed colorway. But I mean, if you're a fan of Air Jordan 3, this was definitely a cop for you. They were easily available to get, even though they was an overseas exclusive, which was the surprising part. Because I seen a lot of people hit on like sneakers and stuff, and Foot Patrol, Overkill. Like a lot of European retailers seem to have a heavy stock for them.
Yeah, it was. I was cool with them. You know what I mean? I like the color, like the black and the purple. What the sneakers? What were you about to say something?
I mean, they cool shoe. It's like you said, it's just not needed. I mean, you know, definitely get that Phoenix Suns colorway. I mean, that's a good touch, but I don't really need it like that.
Yeah, I think if it had been in the States, they're probably. Well, I guess right now I probably would have sold out, but in normal times, I think this is the one that would have come out. Some people would have picked it up day one because there always are some people.
Right.
But I think it would have hung out a bit.
Yeah. And the resale price on it is not too high either. I think the highest I've seen is like $250.
And they're probably trying to break even after getting it from overseas and paying the extra fees or shipping or whatever.
Right, exactly. So. And I'm pretty sure you can get it cheaper than the $250. So I mean, it's a nice shoe. Again, like everybody else said, it's not a must-have, which is a surprise because a lot of exclusive Jordans usually people go crazier when they're regional exclusives. But I was thinking about grabbing a pair, but. Yeah, I mean, I changed my mind.
Yeah, it's also the timing though, because
and look, 1127 Kicks. He said the same thing because that's about how much it costs.
Yeah. So, because if you look at it, look at what else came around a week before, a week after this release or whatever. You know, with all the dunks and stuff that people are trying to get. Or just saving money for what might be coming up later on in this month.
Yeah. I think the indecisiveness about the release and the mystery about what was going on with these also might have hurt it. So
yeah.
And I think everybody really wanted like a Kobe ish PE when it came
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
All right, the fire red 4s. Some of you guys have some thoughts on these.
They're
I'll
fire.
go first.
Yeah, my biggest issue with it, and again, it's one of those things that once you see, you can't unsee. The right shoe is different from the left.
Mhm.
The right shoe, which one is it? I think it's the right shoe they got it right, and the left shoe, is boxy, and the stitching is where this little black teardrop pod is on the front, and the stitching above it, like they're in two different places on the left and the right shoe. For anybody watching, I'm sorry I said that if you didn't know that, and now you're running back to look at your pairs, and it's gonna piss you off if that's something you're a stickler about. But what they say, misery loves company. I had to share my pain. But yeah, I mean, a really good shoe. It's a shame that they couldn't get that one little thing right when they got so many other things right. And I also heard, like, on the GS pairs, the paint around the midsole was horrible. Lucky for me, I ended up with a size 7 GS pair, and the paint was good, but unfortunately, like, one of the laces was starting to come unthreaded or some crap like that. I'm like, how do you get a new pair of shoes and your laces are shredded? But I guess, I don't know. But a good shoe. Again, a good shoe.
Yeah. If you had to choose between the fire red 4s and 5s, which one are you going with?
Definitely the 4s. I'm going with the 4s.
Yeah, I'm going for. I like 5s more than 4s in general, but this particular colorway, the 4 wins easily.
I think I went with the 5s because the 5s had a little bit less mistakes than the 4s, but again, like, I was more excited to get the 4, so I will say that I was more excited to get the 4. The colors are all in the right place to keep it from being like just a plain white shoe, because the 5s just look like a plain white shoe.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they don't get the nod from me. It's just they're just a little bland in that way. And 1127 is saying these are in his top 10 for the year, which I'm trying to
argue with that. I cannot argue with that.
I can't bash the shoe all the way, because I didn't point this out in my video, but they actually fixed the tab on the heel, so it's more centered than it is like on previous Nike Air versions, because it kind of looked crooked on like the bread 4s and the white cements. So they did fix that issue. But like you were pointing out, there is a difference between, like, one shoe looks a little more boxy than the other as far as like the slope is concerned. But I talked to somebody. This is why that paint looks like that on that midsole. When they were doing like automatic paint on there, over the years, as you walk in it, it cracks.
Right.
But when you hand paint it, it gives it a chance. It's a longevity thing, because when you hand paint it, it's not gonna crack like in 5 years, even if you don't wear it.
Right.
So that's the whole reason behind that. So that's a human flaw right there.
Right. Oh, and they also did fix the tab where it doesn't cut into the back of the heel, because it flexes more.
Yeah, it's not as hard as like what cement.
Right.
Yeah, never even thought about that. I don't have many 4s, so I think I have the Dunk from Above and the alternate motorsports. So the what the 5s? I know Homegrown has some mixed feelings about these.
Need them. Everybody else didn't like them, but I loved them. Need them.
I would have kept them for you, man. I would have got them for you.
Yeah, it was one that I don't like DB Kicks was saying. I don't think we got those here in Virginia. Well, in the Hampton Roads area anyway. But it seemed like it was something that you were either totally for it or totally against it.
Right.
So I thought they'd be easier to come by, kind of like those Volt 4s that came out earlier in the year. I thought they'd be, a pretty split population. So I expected them to be in stores, and I was not right.
I think the thing is as well is there were less pairs than what people were actually thinking there would be.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I'm not for mismatching, two different color shoes, but because they made it that way, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I think they would have did. I'm gonna say this: when these were coming out, for whatever reason, somebody announced that those Toros 5s were coming out next year. I think that hurt this shoe in the process. Like, if y'all would have said that after people purchased this shoe, then I think the shoe would have been like, it would have been fared better. But since y'all announced it like probably the week before that the Toro 5s was coming out, I think that kind of hurt this shoe in a lot of places.
Yeah. Optimistic said those are some ugly 5s.
The ketchup and mustard 5s.
Yeah.
Kind of strong.
Yeah. I mean, the thing again for me, it's like I like what they did with them, like the presentation wise. I heard that it was weird because the materials between between the left and the right, and I wasn't huge on the price.
Mm-hmm.
But I was interested in getting them. I just when it came to it, I was like, that's more than I want to spend on that.
What was it, like $225, something like that?
Yes. Yes. So it was like, no. Yeah, I'm with Kim on these single days. Because I remember who was it? It was on one of those like My Kick Sick or someone in that group had it live, and I happened to jump in there, like in the chat, and this was like the first thing I saw, and I'm like, those are terrible, because they are. They're just terrible. What do you guys think? What the sneakers?
When I saw these, I kind of liked them, but that was because I was seeing a far away image of them, like an image like that, and I think I was feeling the withdrawals of not having made a sneaker purchase in a while. And I actually entered a raffle on Hibbett to get them, and I actually won on the raffle, which is weird because nobody really ever wins on Hibbett. But like when it came close to the day, probably the day before it came time for me to pick the shoes up, I was looking at closer images, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with this upper, with all of this crap on this shoe? It's like basketballs and other stuff. And then I was like, the thing on the front, I thought it was more to that, but it's
a bunch of yarn or whatever it is.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Hibbits, y'all can have y'all shoe. I'll let this one sit. Y'all can keep it.
Yeah. What the sneakers? What do you think?
I'm not a fan of. This is probably like the only women's shoe that I definitely ain't been a fan of this year. Because they definitely give that vibes like those 4s that came out last year, single day 4s. And I
I'm with you on that.
I need the hard red joints with the peanut butter bottom on it. I ain't like them. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of all that different artwork stuff they got, the basketballs and all that. I'm not a fan. Now, the thing they got like on that like tongue area, like that little red thing, like I like that little touch with the little hang thing. That's a dope.
When it comes to these little details like they put into there, like they can be done right if they're, you just gotta not do this. Like when you look at like the FIBA 12s, how it had like if you hit it with like if you look at it from the right angle and the light's hitting it just right, you can kind of see like the little stuff that's etched into it. And that's kind of cool, you know what I mean? But
but it's subtle, you know what I'm saying? It's not like all out there.
Exactly. It's very subtle. This is distracting and disorienting and just bad. But that's good for them for making some shoes that somebody somewhere wanted. These, what was this? The DNAs. Any of you guys bought this model yet?
No, I haven't bought it yet.
You thinking about getting one, or
yeah, I actually am. But I mean, like I said, when the introduction for the 35s came out, like this is a shoe I feel like Jordan Brand is doing right.
Yeah,
just like the 34s, just like the 31s on up. I feel like they did everything right, well, except for the 33 because of that little parachute pull string, whatever they had going on there. But I think this shoe definitely has a lot of potential. I want to see how a SE version looks like, probably around All-Star. But this shoe, I really like the cues they took for this. So you're not gonna get no complaints from me on this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be getting any complaints from people in general, just about the model itself either.
I didn't like the first colorway. But what really brought me around to it, because the first colorway they did wasn't the best looking for this model, but what brought me around to it was the Fragment 3 colorway. That's when I was like, okay, this is a really nice shoe. And then they did the Bayou Boy drop. And the Bayou Boy drop, that was fire. That was a fire colorway. The presentation for that is insane. Like, they went above and beyond, which is what they really should do for a lot of special drops that Jordan Brand does, but for some reason they don't. Like the Jubilee, if you compare the presentation of the Jubilee to the presentation of the Bayou Boys, I mean, you wouldn't even think that there was supposed to be anything special about the Jubilee 11.
Fact.
But you would have, like, you would look at the Bayou Boys and you would think that there's absolutely something special and a crazy story behind it. So,
well, I think also they have to kind of overcompensate the 35 because that's the flagship model, and people just come out regardless for 11. So I mean, I think they know we have to do the bare minimum for when a holiday 11 comes around.
Yeah.
And Optimistic saying he likes them, but he doesn't play basketball anymore. And that's the thing. It's like, because some shoes, there's some basketball shoes that I think you can still wear just casually, but some of them just don't have that look that you can pull off if you're just going to, going out to get groceries or whatever,
Right. This one I can see it'll get a pass as a regular shoe. You put on some basketball sweats or some sweats and a t-shirt. And I mean, it absolutely could pass as like a regular shoe, or maybe somebody will think you just came off the court and it'll pass as a regular shoe. But throwing some jeans with these, nah. But
yeah, nobody's gonna be out there in their 3-piece suit and 35s,
unless you make them out of patent leather.
Right.
All right. What the sneakers? What do you think about these Kobe's?
I just want to say some things about this Kobe. Like, that Kobe right there, them Bruce Lee joints. I like both of them. Like, they both fire. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the biggest Kobe shoe fan or whatever, but those Bruce Lees and that alternate ones, definitely one of the most fire ones to come out of all time from Kobe's. And I tried to get a pair. It just wasn't happening, man. Like, them bots killed it. Everybody else killed it. I don't know where these fake Kobe fans come from, or people that just want to resell them. They broke my heart with that one, man. So I'm on the lookout for those Grinches, man. Hopefully I can get that to make up for those lawsuits. Cause those things, they both fired me.
Yeah, the first time these Bruce Lee Kobe's dropped, I wanted them. I think it was like 3-4 years ago. I know it was when I first started collecting sneakers, and I wanted them. And then I think, did KD do like a Bruce Lee?
It was Kyrie.
Something like that.
It was Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie. But I definitely wanted these. But I went into I knew that I would never put these on because like it was said, I'm not a huge Kobe silhouette fan. I respect Kobe and all of that, but I just don't like his shoes like that. So I I let anybody who wanted these go for them. But yeah, these are definitely a dope shoe.
Yeah, to me, like I said, bro, like I feel like the people that actually are Kobe fans like that, they should have first
Right.
these type of shoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though I'm not a big Kobe fan, but I do like those, and I like the Grinch. You know, I just feel like all Kobe fans should, you know, have first deals with those. But
yeah, I'll let the Kobe fans go for this.
Yeah, I have a few pairs of 11s.
I know Gold Beast is probably one of the biggest Kobe fans that I know. And, you know, I try to go for his size, and what happened? I just killed it. So,
yeah, I saw these, and if it was just widely available, you know, I probably would have gone for like the Bruce Lee's, you know, because I do like that colorway. But it was one of those things where it's like I'm just gonna leave these to the people that are hopefully going to really want them and get them, you know, people like Go Weezy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
you
I know,
mean, as bad as I wanted these, I mean, I already knew it was slim pickings going. It was definitely gonna be slim pickings.
Yeah.
It's like even if you tried to go for the alternate ones, like, bro, like it didn't even matter. Like they were just straight gone. Like, you know, because kind of like when they have those different SBs and a Jordan come out on the same day, you try to go for one knowing that they probably gonna go for those instead. It just wasn't happening with those Kobe's.
Right.
But I mean, I think Nike needs to do something like with Kobe releases, like some sites make you do a trivia question, like give us Kobe fans like trivia questions so they can know, okay, this is a real person that's getting this shoe.
Right.
Like they always do these polls on sneakers and stuff, sneakers apps. So why not do it like that?
Yeah, it'd be nice if they could do something to just kind of eliminate some of the people that aren't really getting the shoe for what it is or whatever. But
I mean, it would slow bots up a little bit. Like
yeah.
if you got to be presently a human there to answer these questions.
And then, I mean, there are also other sites that tend to just do better in general, you know?
Right.
Like sites like Dick's Sporting Goods is one of them. They're pretty good about no bots really claiming all the pairs on there, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people with success on there.
It's just that, like, when you look at other sites like Foot Locker and stuff, I feel like they just don't care because to them, as long as the shoe gets sold, they get the money, and that's the end of the day.
Since you brought up Foot Locker, hey, Foot Locker, Champs, all y'all that's associated with each other, man, y'all fix y'all out, man. Because I almost took an L this week, man, because of y'all funky app. Like y'all got to do better with that app, man.
Oh yeah, I've had the apps screw me over a couple of times.
That they got to do better with that, man, for real. I hate to see how many people gonna take an L this week coming for these 11 just because they don't got their apps, you know, a lot better.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, I feel like some of the people that got theirs, that got off the wait list, only got off the wait list because people couldn't confirm theirs.
Right. Yeah.
We just in an unfortunate situation. Well, me and what the sneakers, because we got to compete with people from Mississippi too coming here for the pairs.
Yeah.
Woo.
We got a whole nother state coming down here to claim pairs.
Yeah, well, I'm in far enough that nobody's coming up here. So usually when there's something I want, things tend to be okay.
Right.
But let's see. So was this the LeBron 18s?
Oh,
the LA by day and LA by night.
They could have kept me in the closet.
Can we move on to the next day?
Yeah, I saw these and I was like, even JJ all day said no to these.
Yeah, no.
That's bad right there. When JJ said no, that's bad.
Yeah, because I had looked at it. I'm like, they look weird, but I'll see what JJ says. And he's like, oh no, I won't be getting any of those. I'm sitting out there.
That's like
JJ's review.
That's like Payne saying no to a phone.
Yeah, like JJ's review of the last 18s, where he was like, he wanted to try to give, you know, the 18 a chance for other colorways. And I said the same thing when we did like the last month's recap of the month before with those I don't know, graffitis, I guess, where they went from white to dark black, where they jetted into the dark black. I was like, okay, you know, maybe they'll come out with some other colorways to do a lot better. But if this is their better, no, scrap the whole 18, forget about it, and skip straight to 19. Like Samsung did with their phones. Like jump all the way to 20.
Well, I mean, iPhone jumped from 9, they skipped over 9, went to 10.
Yeah. Because Nike and LeBron got to do something. Because this.
I mean, they were doing good. They were doing good. Like, this is, I can honestly say, and I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. Like, his shoe line, for me, gained better traction around 14, 15. So, I mean, I want his brand to survive too. But I'm like, y'all, not with this.
Yeah. I mean, you make a bad shoe, It happens.
Right.
You know?
But you got to stick with it for a whole season now.
Right.
I mean, luckily there's still some other stuff out there that people can buy if they, you know, because it's not like as soon as the 18 comes out, you can't find the 17.
Right.
You know, it's just, you might have to look a little harder. And if hopefully you stocked up on some other things and you have enough to, if you're really like out there playing in those, maybe you have enough pair to kind of push you through this season to when like the next thing comes around.
I think it's kind of unfortunate what happened to the LeBron shoes, because I mean, one moment they were going for like crazy resale prices. Now compared to what they were going for, you can get them for dirt cheap.
Well, what LeBron did, was LeBron 10. Like, LeBron didn't really even wear the 10 that much that season. He wore soldiers for the most part when he was in Miami.
And then for them for the stock and the value to drop off like it did, and then they come out with that 18, and that's a horrible shoe. I mean, it's not looking good for the LeBron line. I'm just gonna be honest.
Well, I hate to see what a low looks like, because that shoe already looks like a low.
Well, these penny threes, what do you guys think about those?
I definitely like the eggplant colorway. I know it's an OG colorway in a sense. I haven't seen it released though. Like, I don't know if they pushed it back or they just not releasing it at all. Like, but I was definitely trying to go for those eggplant penny threes though.
The only pair I came across was the Do It For Derek pair.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I seen that one. It's cool, but I don't know. I'm not really with all that mismatchy.
Yeah, but I mean, but in this unpopular opinion, like, the penny three is not my favorite model. Like,
I'm not a fan of these. As a kid, I was never a fan of that silhouette. It's an ugly ass shoe to me. I'm sorry, but sorry for the penny fans, but this is a ugly ass penny.
Well, I mean, you know, they're trying to play off of the whole 90s basketball vibe. So, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Craig, what is this?
What's going on?
What's up, everybody?
I was saying, like, like talking about like the flex and all that stuff. He's saying that basically going through people he knows is the way he was able to get anything this year, or at least a lot of stuff, I'll say.
Yeah. I used to be able to guaranteed hit on foot action before they did the flex. Every single shoe, because I had spent so much with foot action.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into how much I've spent. That's a trade secret. That's a company secret. But
I'm glad you mentioned the flex app right quick. I got a petition going on right now to get rid of that flex app.
Oh well,
actually a whole petition thing like that.
Send me a link, and
it need to go back to the old way.
Hell yeah, I used to hit 3 pairs on each one.
I know, I was winning at every store in Charleston.
Right.
I just want to say, like, from the time period when we were doing like the regular, you know, raffles and stuff like that. Like, the fact that I go from hitting like 3 pairs or 4 pairs of like Spider-Man ones, 3 Concords, 3-4 pairs of breads to now only hitting 1 of each shoe is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
at least you hit 1.
Right. I was gonna say, at least you hit 1, because I ain't hit none.
Next out, like none.
It's a shame when I hit more on finish line than I do on the flex.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't hit since like All Star. So
I hit more on finish line, Hibbit, and the sneakers app of all places than I do with this flex crap. And
you said finish line because I haven't got W's with finish line now, bro. Like I haven't hit on finish line since those Raptor 4s came out. That was the last time I hit on finish line. And all of a sudden now I can hit on everything on finish line now. That's crazy.
So yeah, go ahead and drop that link to that petition. I will copy and paste it to every single one of my videos and just push it forward.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on IG.
Okay, yeah, cool. Because and they even promised, like with the Flex app, they promised like all this nice stuff you can spend your rewards on and all of that, but the stuff they've shown is crap. Like cell phone, iPhone cases.
I don't want
you spend over like 50,000 points, like 150,000 points for a freaking iPhone case. Like what?
And they're always sold out on gift cards.
Right. So
now Kim's getting mad.
Yeah, that's because Kim hits on everything on the Flex app. She's one of the good ones on Flex.
Yeah, so she killing the Flex app. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm just gonna let her
contract deal with Foot Locker. I think she might be playing us off.
Yeah, so
hey, I'm gonna have to get her to hit on some pairs for me.
Right,
it's an unlimited pair, or unlimited number or something. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, DS said finish line is trash. I agree, but like I said, that's why it makes it a big deal that it's a shame that I hit more on finish line than I do on Flex.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like I bought those 9s because I won on finish line. I was like, you know what? I'm cool with these shoes. I'm gonna get these because it's finish line, and who knows when it'll happen again. I don't want to anger the gods and then never get anything, you know.
Right.
Let's see. But yeah, but she's saying like, doesn't it depend on the area and the store you select and their stocking? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if her pair or if her shoe stores are getting like a bunch in her size.
Right.
But either way, things are working out for her.
Because in my mall, there's a Foot Action that used to be a Flight 23. There's a Foot Locker, a JD Sports, and what else? And a Champs. And then like further down the road, there's a Finish Line at a mall that I didn't even know existed until I actually started hitting on Finish Line. And the fact that, like I said, I spent tons of money at all 3 of these places. Like you can look at my account and I got crazy points, but I've hit more on Finish Line where I was never able to hit before from a store that I've never even visited. The first time in 4 years since I've been collecting, I went to that store and I hit. And versus a store that I've gone to for all 4 of those years and not been able to hit anything. I think the only time I've ever been able to hit on Foot Locker and get points was when I used a bot service for a pair of shoes, which is retarded.
Hey, it happens. It's one of those things. Like some people are willing to go for that, and if you truly want something, I guess that's what you got to do. But
right,
I just go with it. And like I just hope that things work out, and if I don't get whatever it is I'm going for, maybe I'll get the next thing that I go for, or I'll just go back to the Adidas site where they often have sales, and I'll buy some new slides or something.
Right. You shouldn't even have to use that kind of service to get shoes. So that's crazy.
But these, I don't remember seeing these. I remember seeing like talk about these coming out.
Yeah.
I guess they did. I'm not 100%.
Yeah. This was the first pair that they dropped for the Run DMC Superstar. I like it. Again, I'm not a fan of shell toes. I hate shell toes.
Oh
I
yeah,
hate that turtle shell on the front of that shoe. It's just ridiculous. But this was one that I was actually considering buying just to have it in the collection. It would have never made it to my feet, but yeah, it's a dope shoe. Not mad at it.
Yeah, they did do the laceless black and white, laceless black pair and a laceless white pair a couple months ago. But I'm not really a laceless kind of guy, but no toe kind of guy either. But I like the fact that they made them. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And then let's see what else after this. They threw out a couple Vapormax 2020s, which I'm still on the fence about, honestly.
I don't know. Like I seen those, and I think they had actually sold out, didn't they? Because I remember, like somebody was telling me about how a lot of people wanted those Vapormax joints, and I was like, "What's the crazy thing? What's like so hyped about them?" Like,
and that's the thing. I don't know. Like I reviewed a pair, and I don't see it. And I buy a lot of Vapormaxes. DS Kicks, what's going on, man?
It was good, man. I just wanted to have I was talking about these apps and everything, but like Finish Line, to me, it got horrible when they started doing the whole app thing and everything. And we already know about the Flex app. That's horrible. That's horrible. But I live in New York, so for me to get sneakers is a little bit more easier than where you got it, because there's multiple stores, there's a lot of malls. Times Square, 34th Street. And I live in Queens, so it's more easier for me to get my hands on shoes.
Oh, so that's why you're telling me not to move to New York. You're trying to keep all the stores to yourself.
No. I'm telling you not to move to New York because it's trash over here. By cost of living is too much money. It's not worth it.
Yeah, New York, Chicago, and LA, they get plethora.
Yeah.
They get pairs.
Yeah, it was like the Wise Soul. I think he's in LA. He gets, I'm not gonna say he buys everything, but he seems to get through a lot on what he wants.
Yeah. And then it's kind of like a trickle down effect. Anything in the middle or below those states is just like whatever else is left over is what they get.
The thing about it, like in Houston, we got a lot of stores. Just the whole issue is that we got a bunch of resellers too.
Yeah.
Kim's getting upset because she's like the one person that can rely on these apps now.
What's her shoe size? I'm gonna start.
Well, Kim, I hit on the first app here and there. It's just that it was much more easier when it was individual, you know.
It was a lot more easier when you can just go check in at the stores because that's where you really know the love of shoes. You know, the people are actually going to go check in.
Right, because I was getting off of work going to go check in. Even if I didn't really want to go, I was going up there because I wanted that shoe.
Man,
she's a size 8, so I'm gonna start trying to go for a size 8 and reselling it on StockX.
I posted a video on Instagram of me the other day. Like it was an older video, and I was talking about the whole check-in process. And I'm like, man, kind of miss that. I don't miss having to go out of my way to get to these stores and do it, but I miss the whole, just the structure of the raffle system,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they did have sites where you could go and you could find like check-in codes and stuff. So that was nice.
Right. Because I mean, on Twitter, check-in codes, that's what he was all about, man. That's how he got popping. He would post the codes up, and then once they went to the Flex app, like check-in codes went dead.
Yeah. But I remember when the whole check-in code thing started. That was kind of new to me and confusing. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? No more tickets, no more tickets. Like, no, check-in code. So
right.
I was the app, and then I was losing on that because I didn't know the more you had to buy, then work your way up. And I started buying. Then I started hitting. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. But I remember before raffling and everything. I've been buying since 2005. So I remember as a teenager lining up with me. Well, nothing lining up. Get my shoes, that was it, But,
right. I think like the whole check-in codes kind of hurt people's chances like in New York and California and Chicago, because when check-in codes did that, people were able to like spoof the app and put it in for that place. And if they were willing to travel or fly out, they were hitting. Because I know a lot of people from Atlanta was hitting on the Travis Scott ones that way. Like they were filling out the raffles in New York. And I mean, if you could hit like 2 or 3 pairs, what people were normally doing, if you could hit for like 2 or 3 pairs of the Travis Scott ones at the Foot Locker in downtown New York, it was well worth like the $200 flight ticket, because you could easily resell you a pair and just get your money back.
Yeah, I had a homeboy that hit on the Unions on I think Foot Action, the Union ones, and he had family out there in LA, so they got a shoe for him. He just paid him, a little couple bucks to stand in line for him and then ship them off.
Right. But I mean, honestly, I would take that any day still over like this flex app crap, because it doesn't show any loyalty for like the true sneakerhead fans, the ones that are willing to actually put in the work.
The only thing I don't miss is going to the mall, checking in, and then I end up spending more money than I want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes all those extra trips to the mall, it does just make you don't want to leave empty-handed, even though you know that you can. Like that you are there, so you can try to secure a way to buy something in a couple days. So there's no reason for you to buy anything right now. But you're there, you look around, you see those, especially if they have something you've been looking at and it's on sale, and the last of your size or whatever. It's like, well,
that might have actually been a benefit to the shoe stores as well. So
yeah. But getting back on track though, what do you guys think about these couple of ones to finish off this list here? Did you guys go for any of these?
Bayou boys are definitely dope. I had a pair, but I gave my pair to someone because I didn't feel like I was gonna wear it like that. But them Bayou boys are really dope with them green laces, them neon green laces. Those Tokyo ones, they're definitely dope. Another dope shoe. And I don't know what those is. I know those are mids, right?
Yeah, those lower ones. What was that? I think that was a women's. Yeah. It was a women's desert ochre.
Color blocking is pretty dope with that black and that harvest type color. Like, it's a dope colorway.
Yeah, out of just on a visual basis alone, colorway wise, yeah, that's my favorite of these particular 3. That bottom one, because just some colors you just don't see very often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those Bayou boys, they dope, but weren't those like a area release only though?
Politics was the first one to actually release them. They had on their Instagram for people to come in the stores and get it, and then I think around 7 they started doing online raffles for them. So Politics was the first.
I was gonna say I didn't see them here in Atlanta. I didn't hear anything about them. Like
and then they did it online the next day. So
and then like those Navy Tokyos, they nice. I didn't hit on them. I wasn't hurt that I didn't hit on them, but yeah, them a nice shoe. And then those mids, those are definitely dope. Like they doing a lot of good things with mids.
Yeah, but yeah, I like these Tokyos more than the those silver ones that came out recently.
Yeah, the Navy Tokyos are fire. Go shoes up at ACS. Y'all know that I like Jordan 1s and everything. I was currently in Florida visiting. So I took an L on those Tokyos. The other 2 I don't really care about. I'm more the Tokyo remind me more of like how it was in like the 2001 version. But even the older version wasn't mid, but this one does look a little bit better.
I like those midnight navies just because they remind me of them lows. Was it? They were like SB lows or something like that. Yeah.
But
I mean, there's no way.
What they should have done with the Navy on Japan, they should have came out with silver Jumpman chain that came out with.
Yeah, they should have did a little something extra for them.
Yeah, a little nostalgia feeling for that.
Yeah, that would have been something. Sometimes you want to get those little bit of extras in there and stuff. Then, and then they I see Jesus back in the chat. I guess he fell out of the live, but he said there were 2 versions of the Midnight Navy in 2000. That's what he's saying.
See, I had an issue with this release right here.
Those mids, I like that they did them. I'm not a huge fan of them. It's too much aluminum foil gold around it for me. But, I mean, they nice. And then the black and gold ones, I'm not a huge fan of them. Like, they remind me of Doc Martens. When somebody said Doc Martens and put that image in my head, it was a wrap. Because I already thought like the midsole looked a little more beefier than a regular one midsole. And I don't know what it is. It might be that gold stitching around it, but I know that gold stitching definitely makes them look like Doc Martens. They're not bad, but I just didn't go for my size. I did hit for like a size 7, but
yeah, because like I saw these and I remember somebody showed off the bottom pair a while ago, and they kind of make me think of Gold Dust, like the wrestler. And
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, if I was ever to try like dress up as him for Halloween or something, this would be the shoe to go with. And I did put in for I will often put in for stuff on Flex just to see what happens. I put in for those mids because I think we didn't have the black ones, or I don't know. But I did win the mids, but I didn't buy them. And then I saw them when I was at the mall yesterday, and it's definitely not something I would wear. And like I was saying before in the chat, like those bottom ones, the colorway is fine. It's just that the patent leather thing for me.
Patent leather.
Yeah,
it's very uncomfortable. You know, patent leather is very uncomfortable to wear.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable in the summer.
But I like the bottom one, right? So hear me out, guys. I like the bottom one. I'm more of a nostalgia guy because I remember the 2003 version that came out just like that. I had the Chicago and the UNC. I never owned the black and gold one. I always wanted them. But people really like the black and gold one, the 2013 version, because the midsole was white and I think the bottom was gold. So it was very similar. But I still want those, even though like I said, I took an L because I was in Florida. I don't know how Florida really is. It's like all the stores like so far apart. Hey, here you go, you got them. I like them, and I'm gonna go for them. And I think the resales ain't that much high. So
it's right.
My opinion.
Well, the 03 version, that mid top, that was always a grill for me because I remember everybody in middle school having them. So when they were releasing the hot top, I said when they released this one, I was like, I had to have it, but I mean, I took a nail on it, and then I didn't even bother to go for that mid top of right above it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all good. I'll end up getting them.
It's like with this patent leather, I know as soon as you bump something, it's a wrap. Just because it's all black upper patent leather.
Oh, there you go. On the bottom, he got the Chicago ones. Yup, I used to own the Chicago and the UNC.
Yeah, I got the
But the mid patent leather is not as stiff as the high patent leather.
Right. And then another thing I noticed is like the star pattern on here. It goes from the front of the shoe to like completely down the side of the shoe. Which, like, I've never noticed a Jordan 1 to do that before. So
let me see.
Yeah, see, it goes like straight down to the side, to the inner arch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which I was like, okay, that's interesting.
I'm going to try to share the screen real quick because something that came up earlier that we were talking about. Let me see these right there. We were talking about the McDonald's shoes earlier. You guys remember these, right?
Okay,
yeah, those.
Bro, I would cop those just to wear to McDonald's and see if I get some free cheeseburgers.
Yeah, because it was those, and then there's one other pair. Where was that? It was the Hardens. So those were the two that I was thinking of earlier.
I didn't take Harden off the screen, man.
When we were talking about like McDonald's shoes, but yeah, those, I don't know. I'm sure somebody got them somewhere. It's something that it'd be cool to have, like those green, just for random reasons, but nothing like say you got them so you can go out and wear them and feel good about yourself.
Like I said, I only wear them to McDonald's.
But past that though, so we're usually at this point we'll just kind of go around the room, show up a couple things that we bought in the month of November. Even if it wasn't something that came out in November, as long as you bought it last month, that's all we're looking at. So looks like Homegrown is grabbing some stuff, so I'm guessing he's wanting to go first.
I'm just looking to see.
I don't even remember if I bought anything in November.
What it was that I bought in the month of November.
All right, well, I'll tell you, I got mine right here, so I'll just go through these, give you guys a minute to pull yourselves together.
Yeah. Well, shoes up. Can I say something? I wasn't home in the month of November. Like I said, I was in Florida, but my package came in. My Travis Scott action figures came in. Can I show that?
Oh yeah. Let's start with you.
Yeah. So I didn't get no new sneakers in the month of November, but I know you guys probably see a lot of these. But
I've seen that at the pawn shop. No lie.
Because me, Jezzy, Homegrown, we talk about action figures and stuff all the time. So.
Because I've been going for like 2 months. So I left October, and I told you I was in Virginia too. I went to VA.
Yeah,
I met Rob Dallas, real cool guy and everything, and he showed me his UAs and everything. They look kind of scary. And then these finally came in when I was like down there and everything. And then I went to Florida.
Hey, you know what the resale is on that?
The resale, I think it's retail. But
you have an idea what the resale is?
I've seen it's like $90, not that much. I think
that ain't bad.
Well, I go cop it at the pawn shop, man.
I just remember now. I did pick up a shoe from an event, but that was in October. But I'll go get it right now.
All right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I seen it at the pawn shop for like $40, so I might go get it.
Yeah, let's see.
That's where I got this microphone.
Kicks for Fresh just dropped by, so we definitely appreciate that.
Going on Cake Fresh?
Yeah. But give him a minute to get back in here. Finish up. There we go.
All right. So I picked up the tools at a sneaker event in Florida.
That's dope.
It was Orlando sneaker convention. So I paid $120 for these. The guy pretty much bought these one time. And I owned this pair before. I owned this pair, this is my third time owning this pair. I owned the 2008 Countdown Pack. The 2014 pair, I think I sold it or I traded it or something. But I couldn't pass these again. So I got to get these. So,
that's dope, bro. I love tools, man. That's dope.
Yeah. So this is a pickup for the month of October, though. But.
Okay, yeah. I don't have any twos. I almost bought a pair once before, but I think it was the Radio Raheem ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember when that was.
2018, I think 2017.
It was 17 or 18, one of those. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Yeah. All right. I'm quite sure you're gonna see a lot of these. So the Fire Red 4s had to get these. They did multiple shock drops during the month of November, so pretty easy to come by, despite all the complaints. Pick these up, and also the shoe that a lot of people said they hated, but I went ahead and got them, and that is the metallic gold mids, which metallic gold mids, and I already told you I sold the veneers and I sold the size 7 mochas, so those will be back in the collection real soon. So
those go great with that hat.
Yeah, it's some colorways that I know Jezzy can pull those off, no problem.
Right. But but for the month of November, I've been going back after a lot of exclusive. Y'all know I do the fitted cap thing, so been going back after a lot of those as well. So yeah.
All right, cool. What the sneakers?
Man, so I got the Air Max 9, of course. All that good stuff. And Air Max 95.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that front one? Yeah, those are fun.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know those came in that style box.
Yeah.
OG version, like they call them the Air Max 3.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those. I got the Yeezy bread yesterday.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, got the. I actually made a video. I remember making a video about the other ones on my head.
I remember too.
And I said in the video, this was maybe a year or two ago or whatever. And I said this was probably the closest that I get to a bread, but ended up getting the breads anyway. So that's definitely a good thing right there. And that shoe, I got to shout out my man, Shoes Up Sleeves Down, because I would not have these open joint. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate him.
That was a
Whenever you want to get rid of them, let me know.
Man, let me tell you something, HTX. That's not happening.
I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
Wait, what size are those?
10.5. You already know.
Shoes Up went up. Shoes Up went for him. I didn't even know he went for him. He hit me up. He said, man, if you don't hit on your side, I got you. He hit on his side, hit me up.
I know who to talk to now then.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm coming for your Shoes Up.
Because I know I caught you talking about him the previous night. I was okay. I'll put in for him. Just see what happens.
And he was watching. And I'm telling you, that was the only that was the last one that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Or the ones coming out, this is the last one. Like I said, things happen for a reason. So appreciate them, man.
Yeah,
You still owe me a Sneaker Politics hat.
Yeah, I just got a pair of shoes from Sneaker Politics yesterday, I think. In the mail, anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Give me one warning. Just throw the camera right on you.
That transition.
Overzealous this month, and of course I got the what is it? The fours. It's a bunch of paper wrapped up. I mean, everybody is safe already, so I'm not gonna worry about pulling those. I ended up with these, the Air Max.
Okay.
The compasses.
Yeah, I just saw those. You just did a review. He just did a review on those. People, go ahead and watch his channel. Check that out. Get all the.
Well, I pulled them out in a pickup. I haven't done a review yet. A review. Coming soon. But these are crazy. These are crazy. So yeah, a review is coming soon for those.
Is that translucent on the pods on the bottom, or is that gray?
No, I think they're painted gray, but the way the gray looks, it does look translucent. But yeah, I mean these are crazy. So when I drop that review, I'll talk about them. But yeah, those are a great shoe to have. A pain in the ass to get, but yeah, dope shoe. I picked these up. I know these ain't gonna be not a lot of people's favorite, but these are dope. It's nostalgia. So this is straight 90s. The artillery torsion high. Because they did a collab with the Bill and Ted movie. This is what they wore in Bill and Ted.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nostalgia pickup for me on that one.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then I picked up a pair of these, and I had to do it. I picked up a pair of the.
Can't get mad with that.
Yeah, that sounds so simple. I just picked up a pair. Baby, you know what you got?
HomeGrown picking us on fire.
Man, I ain't got no pair of off-white shoes.
So yeah, I grabbed a pair.
I'm sorry, those are 100 times better than the black pair, in my opinion.
I don't know. I like the black pair. Black pair is
I think those things are 100 times better than the black.
I don't know, man. Those kind of look like something It the Clown would wear.
Be doing that dance in them.
All right. Is that it? Are you looking for another box or?
I mean, other than some merch, a little Travis Scott stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you should buy the McDonald's shoes for that hat.
Right.
Well, I'm still waiting for my Travis Scott McDonald's cup, man. Say come through.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. I'm just waiting on it to come in. So
Yeah.
All right, cool. So last month was a very light month for me. Finally picked up a pair of these Vapormax 2020s. It's a very expensive shoe for what it is. I mean, it's only $220. Don't go let your mind go too crazy. But again, for what it is, they're asking a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a nice shoe. It's better functionally than the previous model, so they have those improvements going for themselves. But if you can wait, because they're worth having, just not worth paying for right now. And then 30th anniversary, right? For the Gel Light 3. I picked up this colorway. I'll probably go pick up, there's a white with black and red colorway as well. It's like red is up here, and I think like black on the toe, something like that. But you don't get the split tongue thing. These things are freaking comfortable, and they're only like retail's like only $110, I think.
That tongue threw me off, but those are really nice. Those are really nice.
Yeah, the tongue thing, it is weird, but
the split tongue. Yeah.
When you put them, because at first I didn't even notice that, because I would see people wearing them from the side, and from the side it doesn't look like anything awkward. But then when you catch that front view, you're like, okay, I don't know what's happening here. But they are nice. Material is good all around, so definitely worth the price. I do need to go back and keep my eye on the Intercontinental Champion pair that McFly was talking about the other day, because those are pretty nice. I don't know how.
StockX for those Intercontinental. I know which ones you're talking about.
You know, I looked on StockX yesterday, and earlier this year they were topping out at like $90. Then for some reason there was one random pair that sold within like the last 2 months for like $200, and I'm like, no.
Jeez.
And then the Kawhi Leonard 997S, so a lot better than the 997H. I got no problems with the H, but I'm just saying, if you want the better shoe, this is the better shoe.
It looks better.
And that sunset colorway is just amazing.
Plus those sunrise joints, like the orange and red stuff.
So these
radiant colors,
because that's one of my favorite colorways just in general for any model. You know, I got like the 97, or not 97, the pluses, got some Vapormaxes, something else in there somewhere. But yeah, that's a go-to for me. Let's see, what was it? Kim was saying she wanted the Wild Stallions. Yeah. But now it's I guess now like November's over, so it's time to kind of look forward and see what December is gonna bring. You guys got anything on the horizon for you?
You know what? I did forget I did cop some in November. I just don't have it no more.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back for those A6.
Wait,
no, those are ceramics.
I know that fridge does not have a screen on it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Well, I'm a backtrack for all the releases that I missed since I've been gone and everything. So that's what I'm gonna try to do for the month of December.
Oh yeah. There's always, that's the thing that I was saying before. There's always something that you miss out on. I mean, unless you're Kim, of course, because she gets through on everything. She tried to lie a minute ago and say she took an L on something.
Well, she be hitting on the flat, so she's like a lucky winner over here.
Yeah,
she's probably the one that created the Flex app. That's probably why.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it, not one bit. But yeah, there's always stuff you miss out on, and so it's just like going back to get it. It's just a matter of trying to find what's the best time to do it. You know what I mean? Because if there's nothing you really want coming up, because I think the next big release is those 11s, and not everybody's into those 11s.
Yeah, I'm looking at the adapted 11s only because I know people hate that midsole, but I like them because it's like something different for the Jordan brand, and Jordan doesn't let anybody touch the 11s for whatever reason. Like nobody not just anybody gets to do something to the 11s, and
Right.
that's
look at the dome breakers. We still ain't get no dome breaker 11. So
right.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't
just
realize
that
that.
being that. And then I think they got like the 13s that are dropping. Yeah, I mean, I might try to grab them. You never know. And then I'm saying the 12s, like those red 12, the reverse flu game 12s, they all right. They not 190 in my opinion.
But so I'll throw my thoughts in on there because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a fan of the Jordan 12, and that I'll be going for it, right? I'll be putting in all my little head start points and all that stuff, but I am far from like excited about it.
Right.
It looks like it's going to leave me somewhat underwhelmed, to be completely honest. And I'm hoping that I'm wrong so that I don't like waste money.
Right.
A lot of us have our pairs that or our models, I should say, that just speak to us. And for me, that's
right.
So
I was talking to and like they come with extra laces apparently.
Oh, okay.
Which is the first time I've seen them do extra laces with a 12.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
I mean, I've only been buying since I've only been buying 12s since 16, but I haven't seen a single pair with extra laces, so that's different.
Yeah, this is the first one.
The suede looks good. For a Jordan, it looks pretty good. So
down to 230. That is still
at all. I don't like that reverse concept. I don't like none of those reverse concepts on any of those shoes.
What the sneakers, man? I'm with you on that one.
Now I will say this, and this is an unpopular opinion. I actually like the reverse bred 13s that's coming out next year over these.
That looks like a single day 13 that released a couple years ago.
Yeah, they look better than those 12s. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like those look way better than the 12s in my personal opinion.
Yeah, they do look way better. But wait, I'm lying. The only reverse concept I do like of the 12 is the tag team to playoff because of the OG.
Well, yeah.
I want a little bit better than most of the others.
Yeah.
They need to reverse their ass back in the lab and come up with something else.
All right. Are you guys going for those 13s, the blue and black ones?
Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
the only shoe I'm really going for as far as money, the Air Max 95, the Bolts, neon greens, whatever you want to call them.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Like I'm really good on everything else. I don't need the 11s. I don't need the 13s. I don't need anything else.
Yeah,
people have been waiting for a while for those Bolts to come out.
And it's crazy.
Oh yeah, okay.
5 years.
I'm like, I don't have to because it's 95. I can't get you those 95s early. Everybody be
Because I know Bobby Sneaker World, he was asking me yesterday if I can put in for a 7 for him. I assume he's trying to get one for his son.
Yeah.
So I'll be putting in for those. But yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, they brought out those Jordan 4s with the Volt colorway that
I was just thinking about
nobody
that.
really wanted. So nobody asked for that.
I'm not even gonna lie. I bought them. I like them.
I mean, I don't dislike them. I'm just saying that like they came out and people were like, I don't want this. I want the airbag.
Out the 95s is coming out. We talked about this before. Like when they said something about 95s coming out, everybody knew like, all right, we don't want the 4s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even worried about it. Focus on the 95s.
I mean, they did that whole little campaign for the OG orange pair, and I was like, so we shouldn't be too far from the neon pair for the 95. So I mean, it took them about a year to get it right.
Sure.
Well, hopefully the numbers are where they need to be so people can actually get them. You know what I mean? I mean, it seems like
they're gonna have a lot of those 95s for sure. From a guy that I talked to at a Foot Locker, he said they got a whole bunch of those 95s. So I think it's gonna be available, but I still tell people don't sleep on them. You know what I'm saying? OG 95, one of the best 95s they ever released. So I tell people like don't sleep on them.
They need to release that Comet Red pair.
Oh yeah. Yes, they do.
Yeah, there's because I know they did some. It seemed like everybody that wanted the Radiant Reds got those. So if they do anything close to that, they should be all right.
Right.
And I heard those are still in stock in some stores. I mean, I haven't seen them around here, but
yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think those Radiant Reds would go sell out like that, but that was, they sold out like around a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they'll probably be like some of the other 90s earlier in the year and just kind of come back.
Yeah.
You know, not like restocks, because it seems like I don't think anything's really restocking. I think it's just delayed shipments or them only selling so much at a time. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Homegrown, I put that link in the private chat for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. I just now saw it.
Where's this private chat? Oh, never. I never really clicked on that myself. I hear people talk about it, but go ahead and take it.
Oh, yeah, it was on the side. Like if we type it in here, you can see the private chat.
What's good, Bobby?
There's a link to the petition to get the flag tap cut down.
Wait, hold on. That's a real petition? I thought y'all
that's a real petition, man.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm about to sign up for it right now. I thought it was a joke.
I had it all over my IG. Everybody.
He said, man, forget this. I'm going to make me a position right now. Everybody.
Hell yeah, just good luck.
Yeah, man, he's out there trying to change the world. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, ACS, you gonna make him kind of mad at you about that position, bro. Like,
Hey man, we trying to change the world one shoe at a time.
Because
We need to get
inception
another
of the Flex app, like them trying to get it to work, it was crap, and it's crap now. Like months into it, it's trash.
Yeah, because I know Bobby Sneaker, he was talking about it. What was the release recently? This whole
I think Kim gonna snitch on us, man.
Those bread. He was saying that he couldn't get on there to confirm his and stuff, and because they only give you like is it an hour and a half or something?
Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes.
30, yeah, about 36, 35 minutes or something like that.
I know it's not a lot of time, basically. And even for me, when I was going to Finish Line just to pick up my pair, I couldn't even sign in. And this was obviously the day after, you know?
You're right.
But it was the morning that they had the Yeezy release. So just Finish Line as a whole was just garbage that day.
Yeah.
Luckily, like the lady was like, "Well, if you still have the email that we sent you, like just show that real quick." Obviously, I mean, it still had my name on their papers and stuff, and showing my little ID and prove who I am. But she's like, "Yeah, if you just have the email, like that's just good enough." I'm, all right, cool, let's do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But man, it's just like, how can you in this day and age not be able to manage something so small? Because I get like shoes are like a wide release or whatever, but it's still a very small part of the population in general that's trying to get them.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, we're not talking like PS5s and stuff. You know, those everybody's going after, all walks of life.
I still ain't get my Xbox yet. I want to know who all these people buying Xboxes. All these people talking about they Xbox fans, they PS5 fans. Like, man, leave the Xbox alone so I can get mine, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's crazy because I don't see nobody reselling Xboxes. Everybody just buying PS5s.
I see a PS5 raffle every 20 minutes.
I don't see no Xbox raffles. I don't know. I think they throwing them away in the garbage. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think those are returns.
My homeboy had to return his Xbox because it had the red ring of death already.
Oh, why you ain't hit me up and tell me then? Because I would have brought it from. He would have been the fool.
Because it wouldn't have worked. It probably would have been worse in your hands.
Man, like I sat out on all those attempts and all that because I still have a bunch of PS4 games that I haven't finished off or whatever. So by the time I got around to even wanting to play through some PS5 games, they'd probably be like stocked everywhere. So, and Ratchet and Clank hasn't even come out yet. And that's
thank you for saying that, Shoes Up. That just proves they have so many great games for PS4 and none for Xbox.
I'm not an Xbox person. I think I'm looking forward to the Resident Evil 8 for PS4.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna come out for Xbox as well.
Yeah, I played a Resident Evil once, like on PS2, like when the network adapter first came out. And I was walking up some steps and some zombies reached through the wall and got me. And I'm like, this game is stupid.
Well,
Haven't played it since.
you have to play the original one to really understand, and it's like it was more scarier back then.
You got to play the first.
Yeah,
See, McFly saying he's not getting a PS5 until next summer. And again, like,
I'm with him because
yeah,
the first batch is like the worst batch. And then in the people reselling them and everything. I'm like, yo, you might as well just wait. They're gonna make a lot of those games and everything.
Right.
It's not gonna go nowhere. It's not sneakers. You know, when the sneaker come out, you miss out. You're like, damn, I gotta, find a way to get my hands on those sneakers. Like with the PS5, it's gonna be a constant restock.
Yeah.
Once summertime comes around, man, all those PS5s and Xbox gonna be in stores, readily available, man. Ain't gonna sell value.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect the whole raffle of them. I think it's dope to win a PS5 for like $30 or $50. That's cool and cool. But if you're a gambling man, then do it. If you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you'd be out of $30.
Yeah. If you think about it, people do it all the time with the key masters,
What?
People do it all the time with the key masters.
Yeah. And I think another thing is why I'm not like really sweating it is because it's not like a day one edition of anything like that or nothing like that. It's just a regular release, and then later on down the line, that's when they're gonna start like getting crazy with the system. Like you might get a Resident Evil PS5 or Halo Xbox or something like that. So,
and like the games that they put out, like you're saying, like when you look back at like say like the PS4, PS3, any other release, like the initial games are fine, but then like they don't really look the best until like the next iteration or two of like say, like if they put out NBA Live 2020, it's like it's gonna be okay, but like 2022 is when it's gonna be like, okay, this is something else.
Right. Yeah, rush to like just even worry about happening right now because I mean, it's still in that beginning stage. Like once, like a couple years from now, you're gonna really start seeing the power of those systems. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a big deal to have them right now.
Yeah, I always get like the second batch. I never go for the first batch. I always go for the second batch. Like the first batch is always the horrible batch. I mean, I'm good with my PS4 right here. I'm good with it.
And also, if you ain't got the TV to put that output of power on there, then it's
I heard about that.
See, that's the other thing. Like my TV in my living room is old because it works fine and it hasn't broken, so I'm not going to replace it. Right? Plasma. It's one of the better ones from when I got it, but it's only 1080p. You know what I'm saying? There's no 4K on this, so I can't even take advantage of all those bells and whistles that they're throwing at me.
Yeah, all that means is that it gives me an excuse to go buy a new TV.
I would say TVs are crazy cheap now. I was at Sam's the other day. You can get like a 60-inch 4K all kind of stuff for like $200.
Hey, soon we'll be at the point where you could get a 90-inch for $500.
Yo, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the TV behind me. I got this like probably 3 years ago and everything.
Right.
Man, I got 265 inches, and I don't even want to tell you how much I spent on them. But I like to have like the best thing. Now I got to worry about getting me an 8K TV, man. Like
Yeah.
I like when I get a game system, like, and the performance and stuff supposed to be very high. Like I like to get the best. You know what I'm saying? So or what I play. So like I said, the 8K I gotta get now, but I ain't paying that crazy price for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I have like those smart TVs, the Amazon TVs and everything. I got those, so I'm like, yo, will the PS5 read on this type of TV?
I mean, when I got my Samsung, and I was like, when I first played mine, it was like, oh my god! But then I went to Best Buy and seen the newest version. I was like, mine is trash. Like this is trash.
It's like me. Like I waited so long to get a smart TV because like I'll replace other random things. So it's like more often than necessary. But the TV, it's like I don't know what to do with. Because you can't always easily sell one because then you got to find somebody that needs a TV, and most people have one. And so I just waited, and eventually, like this TV that I got in like 2008 is like a 42-inch LCD. You know, it cost me at the time like $1,400 because that's how expensive stuff was.
Right.
So when it broke, I was like, man, I'm not trying to spend $1,000 on another TV. That's when I realized that TVs are only like $200. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool. So I get this TV. It's got like the apps and stuff in there. I'm like, man, this is what I've been missing out on. This is so much more convenient. But it's like at the same time, like in the living room, it'd be nice, but until this thing breaks, which hopefully isn't anytime soon, because I don't want to deal with it.
You know, may I make a suggestion? You know, might as well go for like a cheaper TV, like a Vizio or Hisense, because by the time it breaks, a new one comes out, and you just go buy another $500 TV. And apparently, we need to start upgrading refrigerators as well. That way, we can start listening to watching YouTube videos while you're cooking, or if you need to go grocery shopping, the refrigerator will let you know what you're missing. You're missing some eggs, some ham.
Yo, and I see that on commercials.
Yeah, I seen that. Like,
yeah, I see. And matter of fact, salute to Trey J, yo. He got that.
It'd be like, hey, you have 1 quart of milk left. Go get your ass up and go get some milk.
Amazon, they got like the new shopping carts where you don't even have to go to the front register. You just put the item in front of the little camera inside of the cart, and it'll tell you the weight of everything you got, and you can pay for it on the little keypad on the cart.
I do that. I don't have it's not built into the cart, but when I go to Sam's, that's how it works for me because I just use my phone and I just scan the stuff as I'm putting it in the cart. And then I just walk out the door with it. Crazy.
Well, supposedly there's a store. I don't know if it's in New York or what, but you go into the store, then I guess the item that you're buying has a chip, and there's an app for it. So as soon as you walk out the store with whatever item, like you don't go to register, you just walk out, and then it just charges your card automatically as you walk out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I think
it's in New York. DS trying to hold on that too.
Wait, hold on. That's my first time hearing this. I've been going for 2 months.
Man, yeah, there's some.
I think Amazon. I think that's in
out there.
Portland.
About
all that type of stuff. That's crazy. I was not taking that type of stuff. I don't like going in line, man. I'd rather just go out the store.
See, that's how I feel. Like I said, when I'm at Sam's and I see these long lines and everybody's
all like, "I want Amazon now."
So you guys don't have to do this, as I'm like just cutting in front of everybody.
You especially get that feeling when you walk into a Walmart like at 6 o'clock at night or close to closing time, and like stupid.
Now you seen all them lockers they got, these Amazon lockers they got now. You just order and it's automatically in there. You don't even have to talk to nobody. You go to the locker.
Oh
yeah, get what you want.
Yeah, HomeGrown had a video.
Yeah, they're in every Ross and every DD's discount store.
Oh yeah, we got some like Amazon lockers in my apartment complex, and I just type in the code and go by my bed.
Your apartment complex?
Yeah,
fancy.
Damn.
What kind of apartment you stay at? Next thing you know, you're gonna say them apartments come with screen refrigerators, man.
Man, yeah.
And then screen stoves.
I used one of those Amazon lockers for the first time when I went to Comic-Con. I was on my way to the airport. I think I just got there and I realized I didn't have headphones. So I just made an order on Amazon. It was delivered the same day. All I had to do was like walk around the corner from the hotel, put in my little code, and bam, right there. Man, that's
crazy.
Yeah, those lockers are very convenient. If you working all day, and you gotta work, and it's gonna get it delivered. It's like, all right, let me just go here and pick it up from work. It's really convenient.
Oh yeah, especially if you like you don't want your stuff out there all day. You just have it sent to a locker.
Yeah, do that at Nike, man. Shoot, where I can just get my stuff like in a Nike locker or something. See that black tape on there, man. They already know what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what they need.
Employees might take that too.
Right.
Might be like, "Oh, your shoe never came."
Because like I have a PO box where I can have my shoes sent to, but it's like then I have to go to the post office between their hours. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a place where I lived before when I had another PO box. Was it New Mexico? And they had like these big spaces where if you had a large box, they would just put it in one of those, and each one had its own key. So they just put the key in your PO box with like the number on it, and that's how you get your stuff.
Certain time period though, like even though they close, I think don't they stay like open like a lot?
It depends on the PO box.
And the size of the package, because if it's a big package, it's not gonna fit in that PO box.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the one where I used to live, years ago, that one was 24 hours. So I could go in there anytime, pick up a box, and be done. The only time it was like I had to go during hours was if it was if it had like a signature thing on it. Like if I ordered something from overseas, maybe I think it was, or if it was like not registered. What is it called when you just have to get a signature on it? Like it's USPS, but they give you that option.
Yeah.
What it was? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because if you want to make sure somebody gets something, then you can do that. But otherwise, like here, the department seems to be working out, so I just get my stuff, and so far so good. But I'm just hoping that like I don't come across that day when it says package delivered and I get home and it's like no package to be found.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, I know this guy that works for UPS, and he's the only one that has been delivering it to me from UPS for like the last 5 years. So anytime I get something through UPS, he always makes sure to get it to me, and he got my personal number. So,
well, see that's nice then.
Yeah, that's the plug.
Yeah.
No, I had Amazon, like they'll take a picture sometimes and email it to you to say, hey, your package has been delivered. They sent me one a couple months ago. It was like, your package has been delivered. It was not my door. I'm like, oh boy, I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah, I feel like that's flawed sometimes because they can easily take a picture of it and then still take it up and walk home.
Yeah. I mean, there have been times where it's like they delivered like the floor under mine or something, it's like, oh, well, it's this number instead of that number. It's like, okay, I see how you made that mistake. Or when people like, well, I was here one day at home and I got the little notification like your package is delivered. So, well, I'm not doing anything. Let me go see where it is. It was not there, but the lady was like walking up to deliver it. I'm like, okay, kind of jumped the gun, but I'll let that slide. Because I walked out the door and I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get into it with Amazon customer service and get something free.
So you were looking forward to it being gone.
Because it's like, well, because they sent me because every now and then, I bought these little bags, like these Ziploc bags with like these labels on them, some like action figure stuff in it. And they accidentally sent me this wall thing to hang plants on or something. And I'm like, hey man, this is not what I ordered. Oh, just keep that. We'll send you your thing that you want. I don't even know what to do with this thing. But hey, they'll make it right. Give you a refund sometimes and still send you what you asked for. It's pretty cool. But all right, let's see. I think we've been on here for a good bit now. Probably go ahead and get this wrapped up so everybody can move on with their days. I think there's going to be the Who Has the Heat something or other battle in like an hour, something like that. 4:30, I think.
4:30. What time is it now?
It's 3:30. I mean, it's 3:13 over here, but I think it's at 4:30. Like on McFly's channel, they're doing the call outs battle. I'm not sure how that works. I wasn't paying a lot of attention. And then over here, and I think I talked to some of you guys about it. I don't know. If you guys are free, on Thursday, the 10th,
Two battles going on.
they're having, who is it? It's BX versus Trey J. We're doing that here on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And then on next Sunday, a week from now, we're doing, what is it? Is it BX versus somebody. I forget what it is. I had it written down because I was doing this stuff. Oh yeah, no, it's Liu Kang versus Pain 82. That's what it is. Next week on Sunday, it's Liu Kang versus Pain 82. This Thursday, it's Trey J versus BX. That's what it is.
Right.
So if you guys are trying to jump in, judge some things or whatever, let me know. Because I think I sent the message to some of you, but I don't know. It's hard to remember sometimes.
Yeah, I got one. Who else got one?
So, because I think I know Coffee responded and he said he's down for both. And you, Homegrown, you said you're wanting to do both. So, as long as I keep the numbers right, meaning it's got to be an even number of people on the panel, and then the tiebreaker will go to the chat. So
Pastor Coffee, he's joining the session.
What's that?
I said Pastor Coffee is joining the session.
I mean, if his internet will allow it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, leave my boy Coffee alone, man. That's H-Town right there.
Coffee had one hell of a live one night with Ron Reviews. That was.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. I forgot to about it. But DS, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I said I said that I just came back. It's going to be a sneaker battle right now.
Not right now, but on Thursday here on this channel on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, BX versus Trey J. On Sunday, which will be the 13th, we'll be doing also here. It'll be Liu Kang versus BX.
Okay.
So there's two coming up. If you want to jump in as as a judge, because the way we do it, when people show their shoes, the judges vote on which ones they like, and then if it's a tie, the chat is the tiebreaker.
I'll be there for that.
I'll be completely biased with Liu Kang since he's part of the SS crew.
Yes, I don't know. Do I have you on Instagram?
Probably not. I'll put it in the private chat.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'll put it in the chat.
All right, yeah. So, and I'll get you the stuff, the information, and all that as it comes into fruition. But for now, go ahead and wrap things up. Let everybody kind of. Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
So we'll go around the room, let everybody give their little shout outs, tell people where they can find you.
All right. Appreciate you having me on Shoes Up, Sleeves Down, and also everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat. Deeply appreciate y'all tuning in. You can find me at Jezzy Christ, aka Thriller on YouTube, Jezzy Christ 1 on Instagram. But I'm on my road to 1K, but I'm almost to 800. And I said on the previous video that I'm doing a head giveaway. This is the Dodger LA mashup with the side patch on there.
That's crazy.
Once I reach the 800, I will be giving this away. It is a snapback. So once I get there, I'll be giving that away. And I also will be doing a $100 giveaway once I get to my 1,000 subscribers. So again, appreciate you having me on.
All right, no problem. DS?
I was trying to follow Jezzy on YouTube and everything.
Yeah. Links should be in the description, at least for Jezzy and Homegrown.
Okay. My IG is right there, and as you see it right there, that's my YouTube name as well too. You got to subscribe to me.
Okay,
gotcha.
300, 300 and everything. That's good.
Hey man, got it. All you got to do is just keep on there. Oh, that reminds me. So a while ago, we did the starting and surviving on YouTube thing, whatever you want to call that. Round 2 will be coming soon. I think I'm just going to wait till after the holidays to do that one because I figure maybe that way, random people might chime in because they'll see it and they'll say, oh, it's a new year. I'm going to start YouTube and maybe get some more people in there. So open invitation to anybody in the room, anybody within earshot right now. We'll be doing that sometime in January.
So I'm doing that too. So also on my YouTube channel, I also go live. I'll do a panel as well too, and I also go live outside, like the sneaker stores in the city in Manhattan and everything. I showed you what they got, and if you guys see what y'all like, you can hit me up. You can cash at me. I could get it for you, and I could ship it out for you as well too.
Oh, nice.
We have a lot of sitting, that I just do for just retail. Send me the money, plus ship in. I got you guys. So just stay tuned. I got a quarantine, so after my quarantine is over, I could go out and about, and I could show you guys. And then I was gonna hit up Stadium and Good, so y'all can see how it look, inside Stadium and Good. I went to round 2 on one of my live stream. And like I said, I met Rob Dollars back in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yep. Stay tuned, guys.
All right, cool. Appreciate that. What up? I got Kicks. Where's the next person? HTX.
What is up? Go by the name of JR, but everybody knows me as HTX. Find me on IG _HTX_life. YouTube HTX Life. I'll be right above Life. What's it called? Life Church HTX or something like that. Yeah, man. Going live today with Luke Kane, Jezzy, Desi O'Creed, SHP, and JJ all day today. Studio Sessions episode 1. Come check us out. We'll be discussing hidden gem as far as music. But yeah, man, appreciate Shoes Up Sleeves Down for allowing me to test out my mic on his live right now.
It's no problem. I like to have other people jump in, because sometimes it's hard to commit to something, but usually on the day of, people, if they can make it, they make it. So, or they just see it and hey, I'm gonna jump in here because there's a link. So that's why I keep it in there. And real quick, I was just looking for the link because I know I'm subscribed to you already. I just pasted the link to HTX's channel in the chat. Anybody that does not have it, so go ahead and click on that. And What the Sneakers?
Yo, man. What the Sneakers? Find me on Instagram, _sneakers, YouTube, What the Sneakers. I ain't got much going on, right now. I ain't doing no videos or anything like that. Probably anytime soon, but like today, I want to see some dope pictures and stuff like that. Appreciate Shoes Up Sleeves Down for letting me come on once again. I definitely can't wait till we do that Surviving YouTube part 2. The first one was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to everybody up here, man. Everybody got dope channels. And like I said, man, just see y'all next time on the new release. Man, the new release.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I go by the name of HomeGrown Kicks. You can follow me on IG at @homegrown_kicks, or you can follow me on Twitter. Nobody really does Twitter, but yeah, it's HomeGrown Kicks on Twitter. I really appreciate, this whole thing, this whole setup, these lives and things like that. Because without any of y'all, I wouldn't be at the point where I'm at now. I finally cracked that 100 subscriber milestone. So
congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be doing a small giveaway to give appreciation back to the people who subscribe to me. Hey, I'm trying to grow. So, everybody that sees this video, go check me out again, HomeGrown Kicks. And I will definitely be subscribing to each and every one of you all's channels. Cause again, man, without each other, we wouldn't be able to grow the way that we have. So yeah. I appreciate you, Shoes Up Sleeves Down, especially because you have been one of my biggest supporters and biggest helps. Shout out to Boat Kicks. Shout out to Me and My Kicks. Shout out to Kings 23 Kicks.
Yep. All good dudes.
Everybody.
Yep. And also, now that you are over that 100 mark, don't forget to get your custom URL set up, so you can be like youtube.com/homegrownkicks.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that.
Yeah. I'll talk to you after we shut down here. Just stay in the backstage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just set up to Homegrown and
I just got the notification.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I'm about to say.
All right, cool. And I guess as for me, I mean, you guys are on my channel right now, so I don't need to check myself out. It always feels weird. But come back later. I got some reviews that I shot this morning. I did 3 before this, and I'll be editing the rest of the evening while I watch NXT War Games. So that's going to be the rest of my day. But also, if anybody else is gonna plan on watching that, get with me on Instagram or something. We can talk about it while it's going on. I don't know. Why not, right? But for now, I know we've been on here a bit, so some of you guys probably have some things to tend to, and that's cool. But thank you for giving me a chunk of your day, whether it's a minute or an hour. I appreciate every bit of it. So thanks again for you guys that showed up. Thanks again to everybody in the chat that passed through. It's been a good time. Been a good Sunday afternoon live, or morning for some of you. I got kicks. Same goes back to you. Have a nice rest of your day as well. And I'll be talking to you guys later.
All right, salute.
All right.